Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something that might seem so simple to some but can be quite challenging to others. Using chopsticks. Have you ever struggled with them at an Asian restaurant? Don't worry, you're not alone. But the good news is that using chopsticks is not as hard as it seems. It's just a matter of technique and practice. By the end of this speech, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use them properly. First, let's take a moment to appreciate chopsticks. They are one of the oldest eating utensils in the world, dating back over 3,000 years, primarily used in East Asia, including China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. Me being from the Philippines, we don't typically use chopsticks, but I've learned how to use them from absolutely enjoying eating Asian food. Unlike forks and spoons, which scoop or stab food, chopsticks rely on a pinching motion, giving you more control over delicate bites. Now let's go to the technique. Start by picking up one chopstick, placing it in the space between your thumb and your ring finger. It should rest against the side of your middle finger, much like holding a pencil. This chopstick remains mostly still and acts as a support, so it doesn't move or anything. Take the second chopstick and hold it like you would a pen, using your thumb, index finger, and middle finger, which is this. This is the chopstick that would do most of the moving, so kind of like this. Try to practice opening and closing the chopstick by moving the top one while keeping the bottom steady. This is the bottom one, steady. If they feel wobbly, adjust your grip for better control. So I actually adjust the grip, and now I have a better control with the top chopstick. Okay, so before picking up food, practice by pinching the chopstick together and releasing them. Imagine them like pair of tweezers. The key to success is control and patience. If they slip, don't get frustrated. It takes time to develop muscle memory. Now let's try picking up some food. Start with something easy like large pieces of vegetables or sushi rolls. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that. I only have pieces of chocolate, brownie, and uncooked grain of rice. But you have to avoid small grains like rice or slippery noodles at first, so that way you don't get frustrated. When you're comfortable, move on to a more challenging food. The secret is gentle pressure. Too much and the food will slip away. Too little and you won't be able to pick it up. So, as seen on this technique, it's very slippery, actually, what I can tell you. However, you can do it if you have just the right amount of pressure to hold the piece of chocolate-covered almond together. Another example of how to use a chopstick is picking up this brownie. So this brownie is quite heavy, so you have to really put in a lot of pressure to hold them together, because otherwise it'll just slip away. And the last thing is the grain of rice. Like, you're not going to be able to pick it up unless you really try to focus. And it's tough. And I can tell you guys that this is probably not going to be possible. So it's not possible to pick up a grain of rice. Anyway, there's a lot of etiquette that goes with using a chopstick. It's about the respect. In many cultures, there are rules of etiquette to follow. Never stick chopsticks straight to a bowl of rice. Unfortunately, I don't have rice, as this resembles incense offerings at funeral. Don't use them to point at people. Avoid passing food directly from chopstick to chopstick, as this mimics funeral rituals in Japan. So there you have it. Using chopstick is a skill that requires little patience, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. So you just make sure that you adjust it, right? Whether you're eating sushi, noodles, or dumplings, or in my case, eating a brownie, mastering chopsticks can enhance your dining experience and show cultural appreciation. So next time you're at an Asian restaurant, don't reach for a fork. Challenge yourself. Practice makes perfect. Before you know it, you'll be using chopsticks like a pro. Thank you very much.